Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about Lesson 1 Heat and Temperature in Term 2. Students, we know we will shiver when the climate is cold. That is, when the weather is cold or chilled, we will get shivering, right? When the weather is hot, our body is wet automatically, isn't it? Why this are happening? Because of the temperature of the weather. Then what is temperature? Let's see the definition for the temperature. Temperature. The measurement of warmness or coldness of a substance is known as its temperature. That is, a substance or any object's warmness or coldness is known as that object's temperature. Kinetic energy. Kinetic energy means the movement of the particles. Students, see the picture. The movement of the particles in hot air is higher than the movement of the particles in the cold air. So the movement of the particles is based on the temperature. Let's see the temperature units. There are three temperature units: degree Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin. Degree Celsius. Celsius is written as degree C and read as degree. For example, 20 degrees C. C means Celsius or centigrade. Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is written as degree F. For example, 20 degree F. F means Fahrenheit. Kelvin. Kelvin is written as K in caps. For example, 100 K. That is 100 Kelvin. The SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. Next, we move on to the topic measuring temperature. We know that all the solids, liquid, gases or expand when heat is supplied into it. This expansion is due to the movement of the particles. We know that the particles are moved based on the temperature. When the substances get heated, the particles move fastly. So the substance will expand. Based on this expansion, we will measure the temperature by using thermometers. Let's see about thermometers in detail. Thermometer is the most common instrument to measure temperature. There are various kinds of thermometers. Some of them are like glass tubes, which look thin and are filled with some kind of liquid. Mostly alcohol and mercury are used in thermometers as they remain in liquid form even with a change of temperature in them. That is, in various temperature, alcohol and mercury are in the same state, that is in the liquid state. They will not be converted into the other state like solid or gas. Next, we move on to the topic, the properties of mercury. The expansion of mercury is uniform. That is, the mercury expands uniformly. It is opaque and shining. That is, the mercury is not transparent and it look like shiny. It does not stick to the sides of the glass tube. That is, the mercury is non-sticky. That's why we are using mercury in the thermometers. It is a good conductor of heat. That is, the mercury transfer heat. Next, we move on to the topic, the properties of alcohol. The freezing point of alcohol is minus 100 degrees Celsius. Its expansion per degree Celsius rise in temperature is very large. It can be colored brightly and hence is easily visible. If we use brightly colored alcohol means we can see the expansion easily. Types of thermometers. Students, we know very well there are different types of thermometers. What are the uses of thermometers? Thermometers are used to measure the temperatures, right? Thermometers are used to measure the temperatures of different things like air, our body, food, and many other things. The commonly used thermometers are clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometers. Let's learn about clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometers are mainly used to measure the temperature of a human body. Clinical thermometers are mainly used in clinics and hospitals and also at home. All the thermometers have a kink. Students, see the picture. There is a slight curve in the center bulb that is called as kink. Kink is used to prevent the mercury from flowing back into the bulb when the thermometer is taken out of the patient's mouth. When the thermometer is taken out of the patient's mouth, there is a chance of mercury level may get down. If the mercury level is getting down, it is difficult to measure the correct temperature. To avoid this, kink is used. So kink prevent the flowing back of mercury. There are temperature scales on either side of the mercury thread, one in Celsius scale and the other in Fahrenheit scale. A clinical thermometer indicates temperatures from a minimum of 35 degrees Celsius or 94 degrees Fahrenheit to a maximum of 42 degrees Celsius or 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Precautions to be followed while using a clinical thermometer. The thermometer should be washed before and after use with an antiseptic solution. Why should we wash the thermometers? Because we use the thermometers mainly in the patient's mouth, right? So there is a chance of spreading infection from one patient to another patient. To avoid this, we should wash the thermometer before and after use. Jerk the thermometer a few times to bring the level of mercury down. Before use, the mercury level should be below 35 degrees Celsius or 94 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not hold the thermometer by its bulb because our body temperature may change the original temperature. Keep the mercury level along your line of sight and then take the reading. While taking the reading, take the thermometer in your line of sight. Then only we can take the correct reading. Handle the thermometer with care. If it hits against some hard object, it may break. Don't place the thermometer in a hot flame or in a hot sun. To avoid the breaking or cracking of thermometer, keep the thermometer safe. Next, we are going to learn about laboratory thermometers. Laboratory thermometers are used to measure the temperature in schools and other laboratories for scientific research. The temperatures which are not measured by the clinical thermometers are also measured by laboratory thermometers. The stem and the bulb of a laboratory thermometers are longer when compared to that of a clinical thermometers. And there is no kink in the laboratory thermometer. A laboratory thermometer has only the Celsius scale ranging from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Precautions to be followed while using a laboratory thermometer. Do not Tilt the thermometer while measuring the temperature. Place it upright. Note the reading only when the bulb has been surrounded by the substance from all sides. Differences between clinical and laboratory thermometers. Clinical thermometer is scaled from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius or from 94 degrees Fahrenheit to 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Laboratory thermometer is generally scaled from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Clinical thermometers have kink. There is no kink in the laboratory thermometers. In clinical thermometer, the temperature can be read after removing the thermometer from armpit or mouth. In laboratory thermometers, the temperature is read while keeping the thermometer in the source of the temperature. In clinical thermometer, to lower the mercury level, jugs are given. In laboratory thermometer, no need to give jug to lower the mercury level. Clinical thermometer is used for taking the body temperature. Laboratory thermometer is used to take temperature in laboratory. Now we are going to learn about digital thermometer. Students, we know that the clinical thermometer and the laboratory thermometers have mercury, right? Mercury is a toxic substance. If the thermometer will get broken means it is difficult to dispose. So only nowadays digital thermometers are available which do not use mercury. Instead of mercury, it has a sensor which can measure the heat coming out from the body directly. Digital thermometers are mainly used to take the body temperature. Use of digital thermometer. First step, wash the tip with warm soapy water. Second step, press the on button. Third step, insert the tip of the thermometer into the mouth or under the armpit. Fourth step, hold the thermometer in place until it beeps. Fifth step, read the display. Sixth step, turn off the thermometer, rinse under water and put it away in a safe place. Precaution. A clinical thermometer has small temperature range. The glass will crack or burst due to excessive pressure created by expansion of mercury.